Too many. One too many coughs. Oh, man. Welcome to chapter 96 of Memoirs of a White Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. How are we? Hope your week was well. Hey, Luke, how was your week? Yeah, great. Thanks for asking. My week was sick. I'll tell you about it. No, you know what? Before I tell you about it, there's nothing to really tell. Alright, my week was just okay. You know what I want to talk about? And I'm sick of, man? I'm sick of that fucking Drake trend. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? And you never. Yeah? Really? You're gonna get out of your car and dance? Because someone else did on Facebook? Cool. Kiki. Like, that's the stupidest thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this Drake song called In My Feelings. And there's like this new mannequin challenge type internet trend. Like, it's like one every 6 months. I forget what the last one was. The last one was like the floor is lava challenge, where people look, the floor is lava, and then they like jump up on an object, and it's like, well, now I'm not in the lava because this coffee table makes it so I don't get burnt from the carpet. Get it? Because the carpet's actually carpet, and like it's not really lava, but like I said it was. Yeah, that's the joke. So all these internet trends are dumb, right? They're stupid. I think I've never seen a good one. You know what the last good internet trend was? Planking. I miss planking, man. Bring planking back. You're lying on shit. It was funny. That was funny. Because it's so... There's nothing to get. Like, that's funny. Because it's like, oh, I'm a plank. It's so stupid. But these ones are like... I don't know. They're not funny. Like, here's the thing. The mannequin challenge wasn't supposed to be funny. That, I admit, just looked cool. When a lot of people did it, and like everyone was freezing still, yeah, that looked cool. I'll give them the mannequin challenge. But this new Drake one, the trend is people get out of their cars, so while they're moving, so like, it doesn't, I usually think they're faked, because it's usually like someone in the passenger seat probably controlling the wheel of the car, because they have to get someone to film the video. Anyway, the trend is, you get out of the car while it's moving. It's usually going at about 5 kilometers an hour, and you walk alongside your moving car, dancing to this Drake song. And that's it. So good. Oh my god, did you see my new Drake challenge? I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the In My Feelings challenge. And the stupid part about it is, people are getting hurt doing it. Like, I've seen a few fake ones where, you know, people... It's funny. Like, the only funny one I've seen is this girl, like, it was clearly faked, where she just gets cleaned up by a car at, like, 60 kilometers an hour. That's funny. Alright? That's actually a good video idea, but only because it's taking piss out of how fucking stupid everyone else is who does this. And, like, I was watching a compilation before I started on the podcast, and it was just... I'll show you the song, in case you don't know the song, right? But it's just, I was watching a compilation and people are genuinely getting hurt. Like, people are just like, and people are crashing their cars and stuff. Like, there's videos of where people are trying to do them seriously. I'm going to have to take my phone off airplane mode here, guys. I'm really sorry. Hopefully I don't receive a garbage text from Lewis. What am I looking up? Drake. Oh, I got Spotify, by the way. Spotify Premium. I've been meaning to brag about this for ages. Yeah, it's changed my life in the best way possible. Hang on, here we go. This song. Yeah, she got me in my... I'm Drake, and I sing about my feelings. That's all Drake talks about. Do you love me? Are you writing? Yeah, you guys get it, right? So people dance to that stupid song, right? Kiki, do you love me? It's so childish. It's such a childish thing. Like, I saw someone get out of their car and dance to Drake, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, cool. If you saw someone lick a frog's nutsack, would you do it? Yeah, I would. People fucking would. The frog nutsack challenge. And people will be like... And they just be like, licking a frog's nut. Because other people did it. They'd be like, I saw it on Facebook, man. So you gotta find a frog and you lick its... you lick its dick. Do frogs even have a nutsack? Dude, that's the new internet challenge. The frog lick. If you gotta lick a frog's nut. Oh, that'd be funny if people just like got out of their cars And then like, oh, quick, find a frog. And then the video cuts to like half an hour later when they've managed to capture a frog. And they're like, alright, this goes out to you, Drake. You're never gonna need. Oh, man. Dude, Kiki, do you love me? No, Kiki doesn't love you because you're a fucking sheep, alright? It's not funny. There's no reason. If you've done one of these and you're listening to this right now and you're like, oh, but I thought it was cool. Bzz, wrong. You're wrong on that one. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means you were incorrect. It's not cool. And to be like, oh, Luke, why are you justifying what's cool or not? Trust me, it's everyone who hasn't done one of these. You know what I mean? That's the only people who think this one is cool is the people doing it. Because it's not a hard thing to do. If I thought it was cool, I could have gone out in my court or gone in a car park and been like, Kiki, do you love me? I've lost all self-respect. Like, you can do it, alright? It's not a hard thing to do. It's 1% of the population keeping this shit going, man. You know what it is? It's like celebrities doing it. And it's like, oh, Will Smith did it, so I should do it. Yeah, cool. Will Smith's also a billionaire. He's probably bored as fuck. Alright? You know what? If I was Will Smith, I'd probably do it as well. Because why not? What else are you going to do? You're like, oh, I could make another movie. Nah, already made like 30 of them. Alright, I could start a YouTube channel and become really successful really quick because I'm Will Smith. Oh, nah, already done that because I'm Will Smith. Oh, I could parent my son. Nah, he's too far gone. So what should I do instead? I'm going to go, Kiki, do you love me? Oh, man. I'm pissed off. They should have done it to the Drake's other song. Anyway, it shouldn't have been to In My Feelings. It should have been the God's Plan challenge. It should have been like, you know, like, she said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love getting hit by a truck at high speed. I'm sorry. Oh, man. That would have been better for the nutsack challenge as well. You know, yeah, the frog nutsack. She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love licking frogs' nutsacks. I'm sorry. It would have been better for both challenges, man. Dude, I don't know why people are obsessed with Drake so much. Firstly, way too many tracks on his album. If you're a fan of the radio show, you'll know my distaste for tracks. In particularly, 25 of Drake's tracks on one album. Way too many tracks. But Drake's the highest selling. I think it's like, that's the fact I read. Drake's the highest selling musical artist. I'm going to look that up. Drake, highest selling. I think it's a thing. He definitely got like the biggest record. I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, that's right. Drake beat the Beatles record for like the most albums sold or something. It's like, yeah, that's impressive. It's really impressive. But there was also a lot less people in the world when the Beatles were around. Like, when were they around? Like the 60s. Population of the world, 1960s. 3 billion. Yeah, there were less than half the people in the world. The population has doubled in the last 50 years. That's scary. Man, that's why there's so many more Drake fans out there. You know what it is? Drake fans are the other half of people that have come on Earth. Like, the original 3 billion would have been like, nah, fuck this guy. And then the human population 2.0, the other 4 billion that came down, were like, man, this Drake guy's sick. And let's all buy his album. The original 3 billion... Well, I'm just going to check. The Beatles were around the 60s, yeah. Beatles. Do you love me? Yeah, right, they were. See, like the 60s to 70s. Sweet. I nailed that reference. But yeah, anyway, I just want to talk about that. Kiki. See, I bet, you know what it is? It's making me mad because A, every time I see one of those videos on Facebook, it makes me angry. But B, it's like, I don't even like the song, man. I'm sick of hearing it. I think it's because I work at the radio station. So when I'm in there, I just see, like, I'm walking around the office trying to get shit done. And then it's like, Kiki, do you love it? And it just makes me want to get out of my car and fucking hopefully get hit by a truck to end this song. That's the only good thing about this Drake challenge that it's slowly, like I'm pretty, hopefully someone's died doing it, so hopefully like it just eradicates one more person. Honestly, like if you're doing that with your time, it's like, what else were you going to achieve in your life? Oh, was that guy going to win a Nobel Prize? The guy who's doing a In My Feelings Drake challenge in a car park to impress his 40 Instagram followers? No. That guy, maybe we lost like a butcher, or we lost like, you know what I mean, a future accountant. Oh, no. How are we going to replace that role in society? You know what I mean? If someone gets hit by a truck, yeah, that's horrible, but it's like, what did you expect? You got out of your car in the middle of a road and started dancing to Drake. As someone else who's in a car, right, you can't expect someone to be that stupid. You can't be driving down the street, paying attention, head checking, being cautious, and then you see someone step out of their car while it's moving and go, they're doing it In My Feelings challenge. I must indicate and go around them. Fuck that. Full pedal. Alright, you're doing society a favour. And I'm not trying to endorse hit and runs, okay? But I'm saying it's like, I don't know if you get charged for manslaughter, because the judge will be like, oh, nah, you did it. You'd probably get a reward. You'd probably end up winning the Nobel Prize. If you're the one that ran the person over. Anyway, that's a thing. Another thing that happened during the week, this was so funny, by the way. Oh, it was great. This girl came up to me, it was at a gig, which was nice. She watched me do some stand-up, and then she came up to me after, and she's like, hey, Luke, I listened to your podcast. And I was like, oh, thanks so much. And she was an Indian girl, and she was like, oh my God, I love your podcast. It's so good learning about other cultures. What the fuck? I didn't know, like, people from other nationalities and cultures were tuning in to be like, I wonder what it's like to be a white guy. Like, there's not enough, straight white guys on TV. I really need an insight into this cultural phenomenon that is the white guy. And I know that I don't know how to pronunciate. Pronunciate. That's another thing. I don't even know how to pronounce the word pronunciation. Is it pronunciation? Or I think it's pronunciation. And I always say pronunciation, which sounds wrong. But anyway, I don't care. And now I don't know how to pronounce phenomenon. Phenomenon. I'm going to look up the pronunciation. Phenomenon. I think I've done this on the podcast before. Phenomenon. And then I never learn. Pronunciation. Oh, pronunciation. Whatever. My Google's not working. Who gives a shit? It's not like I was gonna learn anyway. Alright, that's not working. Great. Awesome. Love that internet that doesn't work. Classic Diamond City internet. Kiki. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. The girl that came up to me. It's just like an Indian girl. I love your podcast. It's so good to learn about other cultures. Oh, like, what did she want to know? Like, I wonder what it's like I wonder what it's like where everyone cares what you have to say. I wonder what going to a farmer's market's like. Like, what else are you getting out? What are you getting out of, like, listening to this podcast? Man. Thank you very much. Obviously, she's going to hear this because she listens to the podcast, I just realised. But, yeah. It's like, oh my God. Like, I wonder if he likes sushi like all the other white people. I don't like sushi, okay? But I don't know why I thought that was so funny. It's just like, I would say I offer so little into what it's actually like to be a white guy. I don't know. I guess I talk about Weet-Bix more than probably most podcasts. I often talk about just like, I don't think I've ever even talked, like, what's some white guy stuff that just only white people like? Roller derbies. Dude, I've never been to a roller derby. That's the thing. I know I come off as this, like, really typical white guy, but I've never even, I don't think I've ever had hummus. Or like, is it hummus or hummus? That's the thing. You know what? This is pretty white. I don't even know how to pronounce any of these words. Oh, man. That's another thing. It's like, if you're listening to this and you're from another country, you probably go like, oh yeah, like say, I bet you there's a few people who listen to this podcast where their second language is English, like, and they speak another language in their country, because I know a lot of people throughout Europe listen to this podcast, and they're going to be like, think they know how to speak English, and then they're going to get over here and be like, pronunciation, and everyone's going to be like, you're saying that wrong. It's like, nah, I'm pretty sure I've listened to a podcast, and nah, what podcast was it? Oh, Luke Kidgell's? Oh yeah, who's that? Kiki, do you love me? Sorry, I need to stop singing the song. This has been my whole week, just singing this stupid song. Another thing I want to... I've been getting dumb messages all week on Facebook like usual. Like every week, but I wanted to point out some exceptionally dumb ones. People often, like... not people, like, none of you guys ask, but, like, some of my friends often ask me, like, you know, like, what kind of messages and shit do you get all the time? Because I get a lot of people, like, contacting me just who I don't know. They're complete strangers. And so, to give you guys kind of some idea, this one is from a guy called Christian on my Facebook page. This whole conversation thread starts on the 24th of May. It says, tell me a joke. So obviously I seen him, didn't reply. Because I'm like, mate, you got to pay for the good shit. Come to a show, alright? Tell me a joke. No. Okay, because even if I did, right? If I told him a joke over Facebook Messenger, no matter what I say, he's going to be like, well, that wasn't funny because I read it. Yeah, no shit. And then the 28th of May, so 4 days later, he goes, come on, tell me a joke. Still didn't reply. Because I'm like, now you're just being rude, alright? Now you're being demanding. Hey, Christian, I owe you nothing. And then 2nd of June, so he's waited like another week, right? And then he goes, tell me a joke. It's like with 5 T's at the start of tell. Who stutters over Facebook? It's like, oh, yeah, I've got a speech impediment, but only on social media. Sounds like he's coughing. Tell me a joke. No. No. Fuck off. Eat a dick. Tell me a joke. Right, so that was on the 2nd of June. No. Now, because your buddy's spitting all over my Facebook Messenger, I'm not telling you a joke. And then 5th of June. So he's waited another 3 days. He really wants this joke now. He's been trying to get this joke out of me for well over a week at this point. And then he goes, please, on the 5th of June, still didn't reply. Then what does my man Christian do? He waits another 12 days, right? I don't hit him back with a joke. And man, in this time, I've probably put out at least 2 videos. Go watch a joke on my YouTube channel. Or you know what? Go watch a joke on my Facebook page. The page that you're directly messaging me on has literally 8 clips of me doing stand-up jokes. Go watch a joke there, alright? And so he waits 12 more days after, so he's gone, tell me a joke, come on, tell me a joke, tell me a joke, please. And then 12 days later, your mum gay. Oh! Right. Cool. Is she? Is she though? Because she's married to my dad. Pretty sure my dad's a dude. And also, you spelt gay wrong. I don't know why people think it's funny. Like, I know that like that's a meme and that's like a joke, but like, when has anyone ever read that and been like, nice? That's like the equivalent of the In My Feelings Drake challenge in like homophobic slurs. It's just like the lowest of the low. Cool, man. Now I'm definitely not replying to you, right? So anyway, it's another 5 days. And at this point, I'm just like, I want to see how long this guy's going to keep on messaging me, right? And then it says, he's... So this is like 22nd of July. He started on the 24th of May. Oh, wait. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, so then he waits another month, right? So 17th of June, then he messages me again over a month later on the 22nd of July and goes, it says you typically reply within an hour. Yeah? Well, you messaged me in May for the first time, so what does that say about your fucking message? Right? Surely that's the time when people have a little bit of self-awareness and go like, oh, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's me who's unlikable and shit. Right? And then I just go, so I waited another 8 days to reply to this. I don't know, I mustn't have seen it or whatever. Or maybe I just intentionally waited 8 days because, you know, I'm an asshole. And I just go, so he goes, yeah, it says you typically reply within an hour. 2 months after his first message. I wait another 8 days and go, yeah, but if you're a wanker, it typically takes a few months. It typically takes a few months. And he goes, haha. And he goes, yes, I finally got a reply. Cool, man. If you consider me calling you a wanker a win, then you know what, man? Just take the win. Alright, I'll give it to you. If that's what's a win in your day, you're like, man, Luke called me a wanker. I'm gonna... most people would consider that a loss, a hard loss. But look, swings and roundabouts. Another one. This is like another type of stupid. Like I get stupid and then I get stupid kind of thing. This one is like I get those ones all the time where I just don't reply right. Now my bloody internet's mucking up. I think my internet's turned off. Alright, well I can't do this one. I'm sorry guys. Next one I can't do. Man, what's up with my internet? This is the most classic. My internet sucks at home. Sometimes I go to the radio station to use the internet. That's like the most 90s shit ever. Like, people are like, oh, I'm going to leave the house, drive 45 minutes to scroll on the web because my internet at home sucks balls. Alright, I'm going to find this message on my phone. I'm committed now. Alright. Alrighty. I think it was from a guy called Mav. Firstly, who calls their kid Mav? It's like a half a name. It's like you could call your kid Maverick or Mavison or Mavioni. I don't know, but like Mav, really? Mav. Cool. So it says, oi. So great start to the message. Just one message that says oi. And then 6 hours later, you live like down the road from me. Tear face. And I can see that where he lives. Like it pops up next to the message. If you have your location on Facebook, like on your profile, it says that he lives in South Australia. He goes, lives in Adelaide, South Australia. And he's like, you live like down the road from me. 10 hours down the road. Probably 11. Right? It's 10 to 11 hours down the road from you. Yeah, you're right. I do live down the road from you. Down many roads from you. Right? And then he goes, and then he waits like another 6 hours and goes, man, roast me. What the fuck do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to that? Roast me. You live in Adelaide. You probably get that enough. I think some people, because I sometimes post screenshots of me like flaming people, just grilling people, you know, like about various things, and I'll post screenshots if it's funny. And I think people be like, oh, I want to get on his, like, on the Instagram. It's like, you're not going to get on there by asking to be on there. That only happens organically. It's like if I'm having a conversation and then someone says something funny, it's like, roast me. Dude, your name's Mav and you live in Adelaide. What do you want? Like, there's nothing I can say that's funnier than your existence. It's like, I won't roast you on social media, but I'll sure as hell do it on my podcast. What else do I want to talk about? Kiki. So yeah, that's like the best transition song. Whenever I'm transitioning between a new topic, I'm just gonna be like, Kiki, do you love me? Yeah, oh, okay, this is my next thing. Big dick energy. What's with all this big dick? I saw big dick energy the day it started. Because you don't know how this big dick energy shit started. I was like already a fan of Pete Davidson, which is Ariana Grande's fiance. I think they're engaged. And he's a comedian, right? He's on Saturday Night Live. And I've liked him for like years, you know, just, I don't know, because he's young. And I'm like, that's so cool that, like, I think he's like 2 years older than me. And he's on like Saturday Night Live. He might be even like a year older than me. He's killing it. And, yeah, it came out one day on his Twitter, like, that he had, like, a huge dick. And then all these people were like, yeah, Pete Davidson has big dick energy. And then all of a sudden it just became this, like, huge meme. And all these, like, 12-year-olds are like, yeah, look, I got big dick energy. It's like, yeah, man, You're radiating ginger pube energy, alright? Get the fuck out of here. You see all these, like, you know, it's funny to do ironically, but, like, you know what it is? It's like, I know, like, the 12-year-olds also think they're doing it ironically, but, like, I know for a fact that they don't even know where, like, this thing originated from. They've just seen it on the internet, and they're like, yeah, I got big dick energy. It's like, you're 12, alright? Like, you probably don't even have a dick yet. I didn't grow my dick until I was 15. Alright, and as a few of you right now, you're probably hitting that age where you finally got rid of, you know, your Ken doll that was down there, where you're just rocking a clean slate, and then your dick starts to sprout, and you're like, oh, what's this coming through? A little bit of a peenie bopper, you know? I didn't piss for the first 15 years of my life because I couldn't. I was like a bubble. I looked like that. Is it Veruca in Willy Wonka, the blueberry girl that just blows up like a bloody a berry? Anyway, that was an obscure reference that I couldn't even get. But yeah, big dick energy. It's a good meme, but like I'm thinking like all these people out there like, yeah, I radiate big dick energy. It's like, man, I'm not even gonna post a thing like where I say big dick energy ironically, because it's like, man, at the very best, I'm a white guy. We're all radiating mediocre dick energy, like intermediate dick energy, regular, ordinary, plain Jane dick energy. Just call it white energy. We're radiating big, like medium white energy from our ball bags. All right, and that's fine. All right, you don't. I'm sure. Yes, there's exceptions to the rule. But it's like, I think if you're like actually using big dick energy ironically, you're like kind of admitting that like that you have a small dick, that you don't have a big dick because you're like, it's a joke. Because if you actually had a big dick, you wouldn't even feel the need to like, you'd be literally radiating big dick energy. So you'd be like, yeah, I don't need to gloat, you know, on social media. I don't even need to make that joke because people probably already assume. That's the thing. Pete Davidson didn't come out and be like, hey, I'm radiating, I'm giving off big dick energy, you know, because his general demeanor, right? He's a 6'3" guy walking down the street like a boss with Ariana Grande as fiance. No shit, that dude has a big dick. All right, have you seen his head? All right, no disrespect to Pete, but also disrespect to his head. You know. Like, I'm not rocking a good kid up above, but Jesus Christ, I got blessed with a non-Pete. He's one of my favourite comedians, but he just, you know, good on him. But, like, of course that guy is a big dick. And the only reason why people are saying about, if he had have come out and been like, look at my big dick energy, if people have been like, what are you compensating for? You know? Like, but man, me, I'm walking around the street, you know, I don't have a general demeanor about me. You know, I'll move out of people's way. I'll open doors for people. You know, I'll smile at people politely. If I awkwardly bump someone on the street, I'll be like, oh, sorry. That's mediocre dick energy. All right? I'm radiating some intermediate shit. Oh, man. So if a guy ever holds a door open for you, don't fuck him. He's got a small dick. That's the moral of that story. I've seen it everywhere, man. Big dick energy. You know what? That's a better meme than "In My Feelings" by Drake. And if you're doing an "In My Feelings" Drake car challenge, that's little dick energy. All right. That's I've got a Ken doll down there. That's like, you know what it is? That's I've never seen a dick energy. It's just like 14-year-old girls and guys who don't know what a dick looks like because whenever they look at theirs, like, I don't know if that looks what it's supposed to. Oh, man. That's funny. Do other podcasts do this? Just like self-reflect throughout and go, man, you're doing well today, Luke. You're doing really well. Or is that just this? It's probably just this one. A few more things we need to cover off before the end of the podcast. Firstly, celebrity pops has become a thing. It happened about a week and a half ago now, but I couldn't talk about it because of the guest episode with Lewis last week. Pushed this convo back. We had a guy in the I can't look at it because my fucking laptop, man. It was a guy in the podcast group. He did it. So it's like, obviously we all know what a celebrity spot is, where you see a good celebrity in the street and you brag about it on this podcast. But Zach posted a celebrity pop with Malcolm Turnbull, the Prime Minister of Australia, and it's just him and the boys popping a shackers with the big MT, and it's amazing. Go check it out in the group if you have it. So I guess he started a thing thanks to Zach. You've absolutely started celebrity pops. I'm yet to see the second celebrity pop. Next time I'm near a celebrity, guys, I'll make it my duty to try and get a celebrity pop with them, just to do my bit for the movement. But yeah, so if you guys want to make celebrity pops a thing, if you see, so that's the new thing. It's like, yes, it's a celebrity spot if you see them, but it's instantly tripled if you go up to them, get a selfie of you celebrity popping with the celeb. So that's the new goal, celebrity pops. Try and get it done. All right, send them into the podcast group, send them to me an email, whatever. As long as people are popping around celebs, get the movement going, let's do it. I should have done a pop around Amy Shark. I didn't even think of it. I was just like, wanted to say hi to her so bad that I wanted her to say hi to me, because I'm like, oh my god, she did the thing. But I didn't even think about popping a shackers with her. That was an error on my part, and it won't happen again. That's what you call sloppy journalism on my part, because that would have been the big headline, you know. Australian comedian pop shackers with Amy Shark. Shit goes viral. Episode 100. That's what we need to talk about next. This is episode 96, and here's the thing. We did a vote of what was it? The vote was like what we want to do for episode 100. What's the date today? It's the 7th. Okay, so literally, The Bachelor starts next week. Yeah, right. That's really crept up on me, hasn't it? Awesome. Here's the thing. I contacted a few bars and pubs and stuff, and I was like, oh, do you have a TV? Do you have like a function space? And look, guys, it's gonna be, if it does go ahead, I'm not saying it's not gonna, because I'm still working on it, but look, it's a week away now. It's short notice as it is. And it's not gonna line up with episode 100. Like, it's gonna be episode 97. Or no, 98 probably, because I can do one more Tuesday. Then it's going to be episode 98, because it's next Wednesday. I don't know if we're going to do The Bachelor. Maybe we just wait till episode 100 and we'll work out something, because I think I need a bit more time. Yeah, the original idea was to do a premiere screening of the first episode of The Bachelor, because it's going to be the best season yet. Nick Cummins, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I've contacted a few venues. It was going to end up like charging. I didn't want to charge like $30 or like $25 to come to the live podcast and watch The Bachelor and stuff. So, what the hell? This is why I keep my phone on airplane mode. I just got a message from work saying, hey Luke, your new computer will be with you soon. I didn't order a computer. I don't need a work computer. That's cool, but I don't really want it. But anyway, airplane mode it. So yeah, the other suggestions were the top votes, but now I have to go back off airplane mode. This is the problem. When your career is the internet and you try and do your whole life on airplane mode, it sometimes tends to interfere. All right. The vote in the podcast group was the number one vote wasn't even the Bachelor ep screening. It was sit around in a circle and talk about how tough it is being white. We could definitely organise that. We just need to get in a circle. Although that kind of sounds like a clan meeting. I'll be honest. Like I know, like from an inside perspective, it's all fun and we're just talking about fairy bread and farmers markets and all that other stuff I was talking about earlier. That's what it's like to be white. But from an outside perspective, if we make an event of like sitting around in a circle, and like the police are going to show up, you know what I mean? Like, and rightly so, because that sounds like a clan meeting, and maybe we'll do that one. Oh, I don't know about that one. The third most popular suggestion was the Shrek episode. The Shrek episode. We could definitely do a Shrek episode. I'm not sure. No, who am I kidding? I could talk like 3 hours about Shrek. Visit every Video Easy vending machine in Melbourne. And then the rest of the stuff, you can kind of just do it in there. Like eat some spaghetti. I guess I could just eat spaghetti on the podcast. But, yeah, so I guess I'm not sure if the first episode of The Bachelor screening will happen. Look, it may not. We'll see. But yeah, that's an update for episode 100. I don't think it will be happening next week. If it does, you'll hear about it, A, in the podcast group, B, on the podcast. Like, it'll be all over my social medias because I've got a promote event in about 4 days. So, you won't miss it. And I guess the final thing I wanted to discuss on this week's podcast, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to announce this, and I've waited till the end because I didn't want you guys to be distracted for the rest of the podcast knowing what I now possess. I should have got it. I don't have them here. Anyway, it's most people listen to this audio-wise anyway. But you know what? I'll post pictures on social media. Guess what came during the week? I don't even think I told you guys that I ordered them. Maybe I did. It was ages ago. It was probably I reckon it was in April I ordered these. Which is now... wow, that's insane. I think I ordered these during the comedy festival. You guys know that there was a dream for this podcast and this community of a merch item that never got up. We looked into it and it was too expensive. That was Shaka's socks, right? And yes, it's something I always wanted to own and something I wanted you guys to own and share a part in, because there's nothing more satisfying in this world than popping with your feet up and your hands folded. And you're like, but he's not popping a Shaka's. Hey bro, look at the toes. He's popping alright from the ankles down. Ladies and gentlemen, during the week, I'm very thrilled to announce that in April, that is 3 months ago, 3? Who cares? 3 months ago, too long. I ordered a pair of Shaka's socks for $30 online. What a rip. One pair of socks, not a pack, one pair of socks. That's 2 socks, one for each foot. That's $15 a foot. Alright? I don't think my feet are even worth $15. So, I ordered some Shaka socks. They're yellow with little black Shakas on them, right? And then, guess what came in the mail? Well, you guys know by now. I kind of ruined that reveal, but they're here and they're popping. And all week I've been walking around these Shaka socks going, what up? And pulling my little pants up. I've been wearing shorts way more. Dude, I'll do an Instagram, photo shoot with them wearing shorts so you guys can all appreciate the sock game and how much they're popping. So yeah, that's been a thrill. A fan of the podcast actually made the socks. I forget what his name was, but he sent me the link. He's like, hey man, I've made these Shaka socks. Do you want to get a pair? And I was like, yeah. And then I looked how much they were, and I was like, $30. Oh, you know what? I appreciate my fans, so I bought it. I was like, cool, dude. And he's like, they're non-for-profit, man. And I was like, really? They're $30. Someone's making a profit off that. He's like, they're non-for-profit Shaka socks. Yeah, cool. Really? Because who's making they don't cost $30 to make. Alright, but anyway, they're dope socks. I don't regret it. It was one of the best purchases I've ever made. Shaka socks are in the house. That's why I've been kind of walking around with a new swagger on social media these days. I've just been like, oh, what's that? Yeah, I didn't want to tell you guys till now. I wanted to save it for you podcast people first. Because you know what? You're my favorite people and you deserve to know first. There's other stuff I can talk about, but you know what? We're only at 39 minutes. Nah, look, I'll talk about one more of these things, and then that's it. I think that's the end of the podcast, guys. It's been a nice little shorter episode this week. The podcast used to always go for 40 minutes, and then in the last 20 weeks, I'm like, I'm going to talk for an hour. straight. Nah, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to give you guys some time off, alright? I'm sure you guys have errands to run, things to be doing. So I'll wrap this up pretty quick and then we'll bloody get out of here. I got things to be doing. We've all got things to be doing. We're busy people. Alright. Justin Bieber. The sickest. Alright? I know I've said this before on the podcast, but anyone who disagrees, skedaddle. Get out of here. We don't want you here. Alright? Come on. If you're still in the hate Bieber train, you're a fucking idiot. Alright? Bieber's the best. And I'm not talking about his music, by the way. Like, it's a no-brainer. What's that new song? Yeah, it's called No Brainer. Like, okay, I think Justin Bieber is the sickest him. His music, well, he doesn't even fucking write it. Let's be honest. Justin Bieber. How's this song go? It's a DJ Khaled. That's why it's not a tune. Okay, I know I've talked about this on the podcast before, I think, but DJ Khaled, get a new catchphrase. We the best. Yeah, cool. Yeah, really, man. Really, because we didn't know that from your catchphrase that you said at the start of all of your songs. It's a no-brainer. Dude, he didn't write this song. Like, this thing, this song, it sucks, right? But you're not gonna, if I was him, I'd still do the song. Like, all he has to do is, like, rock up to the studio. He's like, you invite me to the studio to get paid $50 million, it's a no-brainer. I got nothing to lose. Like, of course he's gonna do it. No, it's a no-brainer. This is like the most just, it's like, I don't know what to call it, like cotton candy pop. It's just like do people really like this? I swear I've heard like 20 songs like this. Yesterday. I reckon the people who make the song know it's shit. Justin Bieber, like, he's talented. I've seen him play the drums. He's a good singer. He's undeniably talented. You're, oh shit, fuck you. Alright? He knows that's not a good song, but he's like, dude, it's a no-brainer. He gets paid probably $50 million to be like, that's an offer you can't refuse, alright? It is a no-brainer. And anyway, I was watching the film clip to this song, right? And God, he's gotten so much cooler, the Biebs. He's rocking like the best kit. He's rocking like these kind of like old school skate kind of tracky pants, right? And they're like up to his waist, like he's got rocking like Harry High pants, like dad pants. And then he's rocking these like checkered like Vans that people used to wear, and like, or like kind of like checkered like Dunlop volley type shoes that people wore in like prep. He's got like a snapback on front ways and a mullet just kicking out the back. He doesn't give a fuck, man. The Biebs doesn't give a shit anymore. Like, and then like DJ Khaled's behind him in the film clip wearing this like weird Charlie Sheen. Just go with some film clip. He's wearing like this Charlie Sheen dad shirt. But Justin Bieber, like DJ Khaled doesn't give a fuck, obviously. But Justin Bieber's so far ahead of him in the fashion game that he makes DJ Khaled look insecure. It's crazy. I'm looking at the photo now. Wait, where is it? Oh, man. Go look at just go look. I posted on Twitter the other day if you want to go see. Like, DJ Khaled looks like, yeah, Charlie Sheen, but if it was DJ Khaled. Dude, that would have been a better show. Instead of like 2.5 men, it's like 2 and 8 men. He just makes up for the other 6. And then there's Bieber with his bloody like Harry High pants on, his checkered shoes, and he just doesn't give a shit. He looks like he's like rolling down to the coffee. That's proper money, by the way. That's what I was thinking this week. I was watching this TMZ video. I don't know why, because I'm sad. I just popped up on my YouTube. I'm like that. Things pop up on my homepage and I'm like, oh, it's there. I'll watch it. Right, I watched this like TMZ video of Justin Bieber walking to get coffee. And not because I'm interested in that, because it fascinates me as to why 100,000 people have watched this. Because like, I know there's a lot of people like me who are like, this is crazy that people care about this, so that's why I'm watching it. But I know that's not why all 100,000 people watch those paparazzi videos. Right? There's at least 90,000 of them are like, I want to see Justin Bieber get coffee. I wonder if he gets it like me. Like, does he queue up? Oh, what, he opens the door? Like, and he walks there from his car. I do that. Me and Justin Bieber are like the same person. What are you getting out of that, right? Because, yeah, the paparazzi's like, you know, tell us about your engagement, Justin. And he just, like, goes, nah. It's like, why would he? If someone was following me around all the time, dude, he needs to get, I want Biebs to get back to punching paparazzi, man. I miss those, the golden, I like to call them the golden Bieber years, alright? When he was bloody punching things, he was throwing expensive, like, artifacts through windows, like expensive eggs. He was speeding, he was pissing in buckets. Those were the golden, that was when I was probably Bieber's biggest fan, and he's since kind of toned it down. But, like, dude, bring back Punchy Biebs. I love Punchy Biebs, dude. And he's now, like, you can tell he's had, like, some kind of anger management, or he's dealt with ways to deal with people following him around. Because it's insane, man. People follow him around 24/7. It's crazy. Anyway, so I was watching this video of him walk down to get coffee, and he's wearing, like, trackies, thongs, this baggy t-shirt, and this baseball cap. He looks like shit. That's proper money. If you're, like, I would never walk down the street in trackies and thongs and, like just looking like a grub. Yeah, like, I don't ever leave the house, really. I rarely wear trackies outside, actually. I don't know why. I don't really have, like, nice trackies. If I had, like, good trackies, I used to, like, wear, like, trackies from, like, Cotton On. So it's like, I'm not wearing them to the shops. You know what I mean? I've got some level of dignity left. But that's proper money. If you're wearing, like, trackies and shit, like, to movie premieres, you're loaded because you don't care. A, they're $400 trackies, and B, it's not like people are like, oh, Justin Bieber, like, you can afford trackies. It then becomes a style choice. If I wore trackies down to the shops, people will be like, oh, Luke's comedy's not going very well. And they're correct. Which kind of brings me to my next point before I wrap up the podcast. I don't know, I don't really know how to go about this. Because it's not a thing that I've actually thought about. I've thought about it quite a bit. I just didn't want to maybe bring it up. I don't know. I will. I'll talk about it, I guess. Because I'm not sure if I want to do it. But if you haven't realized, I've been putting out a lot more content on YouTube lately. I put out 2 videos last week, 1 video the week before. I'm really trying to pump it out and not only maintain the quality, but also the quantity as well. Like, I still focus on quality a lot more because I'm OCD and I'm a perfectionist. Like, I'm like, oh, if I could edit that better, I'll spend another hour on the video. I reckon it took me 12 hours to edit the second Love Island video. Like, I spent ages on editing, making sure everything is like, good, and the timing of all the jokes. And anyway, I'm a freak, but I have been really trying to pump out more content because we're only doing 1 day of radio a week now, and that kind of brings us to our next point, which is, like, I kind of realized that it took me like a month to realize this, that I'm like, I don't have any money coming in. I don't have a job. Like, I work 1 day a week for 4 hours. Like, that's my life now. Because it wasn't until one of my friends pointed out. So he was like, what do you do? And I'm like, I just, like, make videos and, like, write jokes and do gigs and stuff. And yeah, you get money here and there from, like, stand-up gigs. But paid stand-up gigs in Australia, they are very hard to come by, especially in Melbourne. So I was like, yeah, I get paid sometimes to do stand-up, but not, like, every week. So I've realized that, like, I don't really have a job to the end of the year. And I was, like, thinking that, I don't know if it's, like, too early for this. Maybe I'll leave it up to you guys. I can give you some feedback or whatever. Every other motherfucker has a Patreon on YouTube. But I think I'm the only Australian, like, internet comedian that doesn't have a Patreon. I looked and I'm like, oh, I'm the only one. And it's something that I hadn't wanted to do up until now. A, because if I thought, when I did the radio station, I was like, being paid to do comedy, so, you know, I don't expect people to give me money to do videos, because I wasn't pumping out videos that much. But now that I'm only doing radio once a week, I got a lot of time to do videos, and that's what I'm doing. And I think you can already tell, the output has been very strong. Here's what I was going to do. I was going to do, like, if I can do weekly videos for, like, 6 to 8 weeks straight, and prove it to you guys that I'm committed to this and I want to be making better content for you, then I was thinking if you guys wanted to support me, again, it's pretty much like, it's entirely up to my audience, I guess, to see if that would be a thing that some people, if they wanted to, like, chuck me, like, literally, like, $2 a month or whatever. Like, if, you know what it is? If 50 people chop me $2 a month, then I could pay a camera guy once a month to film an awesome video. $100 or something. So, yeah, and you might have seen it on my social medias this week. I realized I said I was going to wrap up this podcast 10 minutes ago, but now I'm still talking. Anyway, you might have seen on my social medias during the week, I put out a thing on my Instagram story, on my Instagram page. It was like, hey, I was looking for cameras/editors, right? And I'm still sorting through all those people, so if you've emailed me and I haven't got back to you, I probably haven't got to your email yet. But yeah, if you know anyone who is a good, like, camera person or /editor, I don't really care about the editing because I do most of that myself, but that's more of a thing down the track because I'm going to be taking people on tour with me next year, hopefully, to film some vlogs and stuff, but while I'm actually touring, that's the plan. So yeah, if you have, like, just filming social media experience, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, luke.kidgell@gmail.com. You have to be in Melbourne, because people are like, why do they have to be in Melbourne? So many people messaged me on Instagram, because I was like, oh, it must be in Melbourne. And people are like, why do they have to be in Melbourne? Because I live in Melbourne. How are you going to film me from fucking Sydney? How are you going to film me from Denmark? Like, how big is your zoom on your camera? That you can, like, get a good shot of me from the other side of the world. No shit. It's because I live in Melbourne, right? Anyway, so I was like, you have to be in Melbourne. Ideally, like, northern suburbs would be great. And yeah, hit me up. I'd love to get into contact with a few people. I want to pay people to work with me. I've looked at kind of the tour budget from the year, and I can afford to pay someone for a bit, but then I know I'm going to run out of money, and then I'm going to be like, right, I'm back to square one. So I'm thinking Patreon could be a way to support that and continue paying someone to help me produce more content on social media, because that's ultimately what I want to do, and that's I feel like the only way that I'm really gonna. I feel like that since I started my YouTube channel, and even still, I feel like it could be so much more than it is. Like, I always felt like I've never ever hit my potential on YouTube, and I feel like that's because I've been doing everything myself. Anyway, that's an idea that I want to throw out to you guys. Message me during the week if it's something you'd be keen on. I don't want to start it straight away. I want to prove to you guys that I am committed to making more content, so I want to put out 6 to 8 weeks of videos straight, just to be like, okay, Luke's back and he's killing it. And yeah, then I hope people will be more willing to maybe chuck me a couple of bucks or whatever just to support me. And by the way, the money wouldn't be going to me. The money is literally going back into the videos. Like, I don't do videos for money. But yeah, the problem is though, I'm only getting paid 1 day a week on radio, which is fuck all. So by the end of the year, I don't want to get a job again, because then that sucks. I haven't had a job for like almost a year now. So I'm still trying to be like a full-time professional comedian, but I don't work that much, so I'm gonna have to either start selling out on Instagram or, yeah, people like my audience supporting me on Patreon. So it's one of the two, and I need to kind of work out financially where I'm at for the rest of the year. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast, guys. Please do not go out and do a bloody Drake in my feelings challenge. You'll look like a dickhead. I would go lick a frog's nutsack instead. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week. Let me know about the Patreon thing. And if you're a camera/editor guy, hit me up from Melbourne or North Korea. I'm happy to work with either. Catch you later.